Did we make a mistake?
Patience. Hello, we will not be defeated! Last time we died a whole bunch, and today we're gonna make our super duper enchanting XP farm no matter what the cost is, which means we gotta head back into the Nether. I am Joshgetslost. Let's go. All right, we're gonna play it smart now. We're not gonna mess with the blazes till we have to. We need to get some more fire resist potions, so I brought some more gold down here. Once we get some of those, we'll head on up and actually see if we can use some of our brewing stand to lengthen the time of those. Speaking of which, let's take off my gold helmet. This looks pretty safe. Oh, he's mad, but I throw him the gold and achievement. Oh, shiny. He's very distracted. They should make one of those for like wolves. If you throw them a piece of meat, they'll say squirrel or something. That'd be pretty fun. All right, keeping an eye out. I heard a ghast up there. Surprisingly, haven't seen too many gas, but what we do is we take this potion, we add our blaze powder that we got last time. We did make it out with one blaze rod from our terrible death spiral, and we're going to add a piece of redstone dust to the ingredients going in, and it will turn this from a 3-minute potion into an 8-minute potion. And let's get that out, and I think, oh, yep, there's another achievement, local brewery. All right, you know what? I think that'll be good. We got some cobblestone. Let's head on over to the Nether. All right, we are just kind of working our way around. I don't like how open that one blaze farm is. And to make our super duper enchanting XP farm work, we're going to also need some nether wart. So I'm trying to explore a little bit, see if I can find that nether wart. Worst case scenario, I can go back to that initial blaze farm really close. But I would like to kind of explore this fortress a little bit. There we go. I get these crossroads marked out. So if I come out and there's a bunch of wither skeletons spawned here, we can easily get away from them under the 2 tall little thresholds that I've made. Is this going anywhere? Or is this just... I think this is a dead end. Unfortunately, though, that probably means I'm going to be spawning a bunch of stuff on the other side, but yeah, looks like a dead end, doesn't really go anywhere. Always worth checking out. Just got a lot of platforms and bridges. All right, it looks like another dead end ahead of us. Let's go ahead and get this one going. I see some regular skeletons over there. All right, there's a blaze. And there's another spawner to our right, I believe. It looks a little more out of the way too, so we may go with that one. Brought these spruce logs just for this purpose because you can stack them and, you know, do the 4 times the amount of blocks. Of course, you got to not have fire tick on to do that. If you've got fire tick on in your world, those will burn if they get shot at by blazes. All right, let's gear up. Let's take our potion. We got 8 minutes. Let's see if we can get enough blaze rods to get us through the early part of this game. I'm not sure how many I need, maybe 10 or 12. We'll just kind of see how it goes. The biggest thing while you have fire resist on is they can't, if they shoot you, it doesn't actually hurt you. But what you do have to watch out for is when you're near the area. We learned this last time. If they hit you, like come in contact with you with their little spinniness, that is not a fire. That's like kind of like considered like a punch. And so they will give you damage, and you do not want to get overwhelmed in here. I was trying to clear it out a bit before I got in. Just usually only 1 or 2 appear at a time, and it makes it a little easier to do that. Let's kind of keep the fire down just for visibility, but also in case we run out of potion at some point and have to run back, we can not run back into fire, because that wouldn't be good. All right, don't run straight off the edge there. Put a little light there to remind myself. You know what? I'm realizing I probably... Yeah, I probably should keep watch on this little area. Maybe put some blocks down to keep these guys from getting to me. keeps me from going up there, but there's not really anything up there that I need. Okay, let's head back. Yeah, hello, blazes. Keep back from them. Give them their space. Use my sword. Now, if I had looting or something, this would be a lot more effective, but we're not to that point in the game yet. Now, as we speed this along, one of my rules for this series is that every farm has to have a build incorporated with it, which means our XP farm that we're going to be making, our enchanting area, which isn't really a farm, but is sort of enough of its own thing. They both need to have a build around them, so we can't just throw them in a cave and do this really quick. We're not speed running. This is our forever Minecraft world, and hopefully we'll eventually be telling a story with this world as we build it out. But we definitely don't want to rush the early parts of the game here. If I didn't need these blaze rods for our XP farm, I would probably not even be in here in the Nether in the first place, but so it goes. All right, let's get a few more of these. All right, and that is 11 blaze rods. What did I say, 10 or 12 when we started the episode? Let's see if we can get one more here. Got a little bit of time left on our potion. We do also have a splash potion, but that will not last as long. Got 12. You know what? I say we call it there. That's 24 blaze powders. Interesting. There's another little bridge that way. Let's head on into the fortress and see if we can find some nether warts. Because without nether wart, this stuff does not matter quite as much. All right, we got another crossroads, it looks like. Some of these things we'll explore a bit more when we have better gear, but for now we're just kind of doing the bare minimum. Oh, some iron horse armor. I do need to get a horse. I got a saddle last time while I was out exploring and have not used it. Ooh, diamond horse armor. That's even better. Have not found much good loot so far. We've got the Crimson Forest kind of growing in, and I think that, yep, we got some nether wart up here. Kind of keep our eyes open. Above us. I thought I saw something up there. And get some of this. We did get some soul sand from our trading already, so don't really need to get more of that right now. Let's just leave that like it is. And head on out of here. We got nether wart. We've got blaze rods. A successful trip to the nether as we head on home. All right, there is our nether loot, and we are going to really quickly make something we can now make with our ender pearls and our blaze powder, if I can find my obsidian stash. Oh, there it is. Amazing how many blocks look like obsidian when you've got blackstone and other things in here. 8 obsidian, 1 eye of ender, and we will make an ender chest where we can put our valuables. Now, a little early here because we don't have silk touch and we don't have other players on the server, so this doesn't really help us hide anything. Let's put it over here, but it's more just marking, you know, kind of a development milestone in the game, so to speak. So let's put our tools, which we've ran through our initial diamond tools. Once we get those enchanted and fixed up, we will be able to use them again. But for now, they're being kept safely in there with a little bit of armor. Came back out after doing all that during the day, and I found a random wolf over here who happens to match the wolf we found way far away. So I'm really glad I boated this one back so far, when the same type of wolf lives right behind my house. You know what? Why don't you two, hey, come back. Well, I want to have some steak, but I want to give you guys some steak too for being such good boys and girls. You guys gonna, let's have a puppy time. Look at the little puppy. Hi, puppy. Nope, wrong way. He won't sit. He'll just eat steak. All right, you sit there, little puppy. So the XP farm I'm wanting to build, if you haven't guessed already, is the allay silverfish XP farm that became possible in 1.21. That's why we were out in the trail ruins getting a music disc. That's why I'm going to be making a jukebox here with one of our diamonds. I don't know the recipe for anything. I just use the book. In fact, I don't trust people who don't use the book. They're a little sus to me. Why are you manually crafting everything? Huh? You got some secret agenda? All right, let's put that over there. And let's play some music. And you play music, and the allays are now ready to duplicate, except I remembered in this process that I also need amethyst in order to, amethyst shards, in fact, to duplicate them. Which means I had to find an amethyst geode. Now, I've been looking in the oceans as we've explored. I've been looking in the caves. I finally broke down and looked on Chunkbase, which is a site you can enter the seed of your world, and it will show you certain things. I specifically just looked for the amethyst, so that way I could find it. And apparently, according to Chunkbase, there's possibly an amethyst geode basically straight down from our starter house here. So we're gonna dig straight down, you know, breaking the first rule of Minecraft. Of course, there's a cheat to this. If you do it 2 blocks wide, you basically can stand in the middle of them, and then you'll see if any big holes open up into caves or other things on the way down. But that is why I grabbed our golden fortune pickaxe, because if we do find this geode, we will be able to get those amethyst shards. And I tested it in creative flat world, made some amethyst things just to make sure that a golden pickaxe could actually harvest them, because there's lots of things that a golden pickaxe actually is pretty worthless for. So it can, so I'm going to use fortune so I can make sure to get enough of those. Down here, if we find this mine, and we've digging down, we're making ladders. We got some nice mining spots though. I see some andesite areas, and oh, that's not deep slate. Hey-o. Boom. We've got our telltale signs, the smooth basalt around the amethyst geode. It's kind of funny. Recently, I was somewhere and I was looking at a picture of a geode, like a real life geode, and they're so small. They'd be like, I don't know, like a big geode would be like maybe the size of a Minecraft block. And yet in Minecraft, they decided to make them these huge things, but it's cool. They're very pretty. And you know, gotta love getting some calcite as well. Early game, calcite's not an easy block to find in the world, so if you can use it for builds and things, which we may end up incorporating it a little into our next build, we might do that as well. Let's make sure this is lit up. Of course, amethyst, the buds and clusters here will actually give off a little light on their own, which is kind of cool. I do love the little musical sounds that amethyst makes when you walk on it. I have been listening for that sound. That was how in my last world I found an amethyst geode. Was I was just mining for diamonds and I heard footsteps and the skeleton sounded like he was walking on musical blocks, and he was in a geode, and that's how I found it. So have not had the same amount of luck this time, so resorted to using Chunkbase. It is what it is. I looked my best, but sometimes you need stuff and you got to find it. And if Minecraft hasn't provided an in-game way to find certain things, especially that are hidden underground, I see no problem with players using other means. So there we go. Plus, you know, if you guys want me to have a video for you, I can't spend, you know, all week searching for a geode. All right, let's clear out. The goal with these, if you don't know, is you see these kind of blocks with the X shapes. These are the only blocks that can actually grow these amethyst sort of budding flower looking things. And we have enough of our amethyst shards to head up. We used fortune on them, and that gave us actually a few stacks of amethyst shards. But now we're playing the music, and boom, boom. And now 2 allays become 4. And let me see if I can get these guys over. I don't know why I'm throwing a bucket. I only got one of those. That's not going to help. You guys, here, take the cobblestone. Wait, you're dancing. Can I duplicate you? No. You have a cooldown as well, I think. They usually have about a 5-minute cooldown. But I do want to keep our original allays over here in the house. So I want to get these 2 new ones over into the boat, and I'll take them over to the farm area here eventually. Will you go in the boat? I'm trying to get him to go over there. Go. There we go. All right, enough of the music. Last time I did this in a world, I had, I think, 13 as my music disc, which is one of the terrible sounding ones. And yeah. All right, let's mark our puppy. He's got a light blue collar. Hey, puppy. Wandering Scammer came by, and we're going to buy some slime from him. That's kind of cool. All right, we are getting ingredients ready for our build. We need the dispenser for the XP farm. Let's get that crafted up. We're going to need a new potion called the Potion of Infestation. You start by making an awkward potion using nether wart into bottles of water. And then once that's done, we will add a crazy ingredient. We will add a piece of stone. Yeah, stone is now a brewing ingredient. Who knew? And once that's done, we will have a potion of infestation, and I will add gunpowder to that to make a splash potion of infestation. And that's what we need for this farm. Now I've already built the kind of the main part of the farm just on my own, because I've built it before in another world, and didn't really need to show that completely off again. We got enough other stuff to build in this episode, but here it is. Basic idea here. This is going to sound a little cruel, but it's okay. You get a bunch of allays duplicated there on that campfire. When the campfire is lit, the allays will take damage, but they have a regen capability, and they actually will heal faster than the campfire can harm them, which means they will never die. They will just keep being in there. And so every time they get hurt, they take damage. And what we can do is, by splashing them with a potion of infestation, every time they take damage becomes the time they spawn silverfish. And that will enable us to not hurt the allays, but to kill these silverfish for our XP. Now, you have to be really careful with this farm. You cannot build it on stone or out of stone materials, even deep slate, because silverfish can infest those. And not only will that hurt your farm, but you also create a huge mess in your world. So, all right, I've been getting XP here for a while. It's almost nighttime, in fact. 3 minutes potion is what it comes out as. So you got 3 minutes while silverfish are constantly being produced. And you get a lot of XP. I am now over level 50. Of course, I don't have anything to mend or anything like that. You like my hat? I got a lot of silverfish heads. I'm going to have to actually go into the Vanilla Tweaks data pack for the mob head drops and drastically lower the rates of the silverfish heads, because if we're using this farm, we're going to be killing a lot of them, and we do not want to have 85,000 heads every time we are killing them. Look at all that XP, just soaking it up. But now we have to actually do the work. Let's get some books made so we can make some bookshelves. We have to build an entire, super duper XP enchanting setup. And we have to actually build something to go with it. So we're going to gather some materials. Of course, remember, I can't use stone or deep slate. So we're going to start by getting some andesite down in the new mines we just found under our thing. And of course, we also had diorite level. Yep, I'm going to use some diorite in this, guys. I apologize in advance. It hurts me as much as it hurts you. Let's get some oak logs and strip them. This will be another important part of our build. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready for faster tools. This is painful. All right, we are going to be using some wool again for the roofs and things to keep this village is really defined by color. And I'm going to be changing the colors up a bit, so re-dyeing a few of these guys to some purples and blues so that we can have the wool that we need for this project. All right, eat up, sheep. And we need a lot more oak logs. Let's cut those. All right, we have gotten several chest full of stuff ready for this. I have to turn a lot of the logs into the various different stairs and fences and all the things as well. And last but not least, we're going to make an enchanting table. So that way that can go in, and some spruce doors because, you know, we need those. All right, let's get some lanterns, which are super cheap now thanks to our new iron farm that's working. I do need some jungle logs, so... and apparently I need some beef as well. Ugh, crazy cow. All right, wow. For 4 saplings, I got a lot of tree out of that. I may only have to do one of these for this project. All right, back to cutting. Let's spiral up. And I think with this, it'll be time to start on the first part of our build. All right, there we have it. The first part of our build, the Enchanting Tower. Basically, the idea here is we're going to be building kind of like a wizard's house. And we've got this tower. This is the oldest part of the build. We're going to be showcasing that part of it as we build the other sections. But it's going to be sitting up there where you can see it above the line. I may be, working on taking this hill down a bit, but I'm kind of saving all the landscaping projects. In case you're wondering why I'm still awkwardly jumping up these blocks, I'm saving all the landscaping projects for when I get better tools, because I don't want to do this with iron shovels. No offense. We've got this tower. It's older, so it's starting to lean. We've got it braced up by the different fences over there to keep it from falling off the side of the cliff. And, you think of a wizard, they're kind of, mentally haphazard, kind of all over the place. And look at the roof with the different colors and things there. Definitely feels like something an absent-minded wizard may have. And we've got this very awkward and clunky spiral staircase going up and into the top room, which is literally where the magic happens. We've got the enchanting table. It gives up to level 30 enchants. And we've got, different things. The grinder, we've got storage. We've got an anvil tucked up in the corner. And I included some of these amethyst blocks because I felt like they added a little bit of magic to this. And of course, we've got some great views as well. All right, let's head back down. It'd be nice one day just to fly out of there, but I think we're a little ways off from Elytra. I've got another rule that I think we're going to incorporate for what it's going to look like in the end game when we actually go fight the dragon. Here's a hint. I'm thinking we make a rule in this world that we have to defeat the dragon with a mace. What do you guys think? Make sure to leave it in the comments. Is that a worthwhile goal, and should we pursue it? Because that's going to determine the order we do stuff in. Before I start the next part of the build, I am going to need more wool. So let's go ahead and get these sheep sheared. Man, an automatic wool farm would be nice, but that would also mean I have to build a build for the wool farm. And I'm just tired of having terrible tools for building. So once we get this done, we'll be able to increase our building and gathering output quite a bit and make some of those things like automatic farms and stuff that we don't have a lot of in this world yet a little bit easier to pull off. And I think with that, it is time to get working on the rest of the build because this XP farm still doesn't technically have a build around it. And the wizard's house is now complete. Let's take a little tour and show off some of the features of it that you saw being built on the time lapse there. We've got this sort of, using this palette, remember we were limited, we couldn't use any stone or blackstone and stuff. We probably could have on the tower, but I wanted it to sort of match. So this older tower over here is leaning. This newer part over to the right was built up to match it, but the colors start to shift a little bit. We get a little bit more of the orange, a little bit more of the purple, and less of the blues. And so you see the jungle stuff start to come into play here on this middle section that wasn't very prevalent on the tower. And of course, we're using a little bit more of the amethyst because of course, we're just going to get more magical. And by the time you get over to this wing, it is completely orange with all of the copper and the acacia logs as well. And so different roof styles, different ways that this is all sort of incorporated here. We've used the hanging signs in the windows sort of almost as like drapes or curtains. Really like the way that looks. Now back up there, I've got a little kind of like launch pad for, you know, maybe one day we'll be able to fly into here. This area is kind of clunky because it's where the old part meets the newer part. We've got our brewing area, got water here to fill up bottles. We've got brewing stands. I sort of made this fun looking auto brewer type thing with the copper piping and the barrels and the brewing stand and this using the polished tuff, kind of making a metallic-y looking pipe thing. And then this is probably one of my favorite parts of the build that I came up with. This super weird and clunky chimney smoke pipe that's heading out, taking the stuff from the brewing stand away from the house. I just love how weird that is. Yeah, it's pretty fun. And over here, you have access right here is, of course, where our XP farm is. You come up here, hit the button to start the infestation. Come down here, smack, 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 smack. Silverfish die, get XP, everyone's happy. Bing, bang, boom. We got this really awkward little hallway here, which is what happens when you have stuff built out of like stone and you're trying to connect older parts to newer parts. I kind of like building in some of those features where everything's not just perfectly streamlined. And we've already been up here. You guys have seen all this. Now we've made some box planters. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to plant here. May even switch them out for like soul sand and put some nether wart on those. That'd be kind of fun going along with the brewing part of this. Or if there's another growable crop you can use. This is where I'm hoping to put horses one day. You can kind of see here, I made this little trough full of hay. You saw how I did that on the time lapse, but just let a minecart fall in that spot over the grown-up wheat and made that little trough there for the animals. I really need to get a horse. They're staring at me. I gotta remember how to find out what kind of horse is best. If you're a Minecraft expert and know how to find fast horses without using something like Mini HUD or other things to check the speed, let me know. We also have some sugarcane growing over here. I had to hide some water under the foundation of the house to make that happen. Some little bushes. I'm hoping to build out some roads and things from here, but again, I'm waiting until I get a little better tools to landscape and begin to connect the different parts of the village, which are all kind of spread apart right now, but be able to connect those with roads and see where the spots for future buildings will go. And so that's something that we will be considering as we continue to expand out this village. There it is up in the sky. Got the fun. That chimney. I love that chimney. Let's go back here. Definitely looks like a place where a crazy old wizard would live. Little eccentric. And I love it. And it definitely is going to be a centerpiece for our, especially our early game, because we're going to be able to get XP there. We're going to be able to hopefully eventually, when we get mending, mend our tools when we need to over there at that farm. And it's just going to be really important for the next bit of the game. So I'm excited that it looks nice. I'm excited that over here from my starter house, it's a nice view over there on top of the hill. I think maybe I'll take the puppy over there to live in the future. And how's it look out the window? Beautiful. I love all the color. one of the things I did when I found this world was decided that every build in the village was going to have lots of color. It's not something I usually do in my builds, but also the flower forest nearby just made it seem like it fit with the geography of the area. And so I hope to incorporate that more in the future as well. Well, thank you guys for joining. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you loved. And I am Joshgetslost. Hopefully next time I'll be enchanting some tools. So we'll see you all later. Bye.